firemen rescued him at the correct time and his life was saved. Because she always thought like she was, the fireman had got her out just in time. The fireman reached there at the correct time and rescued her. She was in a nursing home now. He told me Burlington House. He told me Burlington House on the Dorchester Road on the other side of town. At that time, the lady was under the treatment in a nursing home. The name of the nursing home was Burlington House, located on the Dorchester Road. I found Burlington House nursing home easily enough. There were paper chains in the hall on the. I found Burlington House nursing home easily enough. There were paper chains up in the hallway, and a lighted Christmas tree stood in the corner with a lopsided angel on top. I said I was a friend come to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. I could see through into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat and singing. That means I have told you that the narrator was repairing the roll-top decks before Christmas, and it was the time of Christmas festival, and that nursing home was well decorated with the different paper flowers or paper chains. Everywhere there was the Christmas tree also, which stood in the corner with a lopsided angel. I could say to visit Mrs. there. I said I was a friend come to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. I could see through into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat. And there the writer wanted here and there in order to meet Mrs. Macpherson to give the letter. Thereafter, she walked me along the corridor. The matron had a head nurse. Matron means the head nurse. The matron had a head on two and seemed happy enough to see me. She even offered me a mince pie. Mince pie means it is a Christmas pie made with dry fruits. Mince pie means it is also a Christmas pie made with dry fruits. Then the matron gave the narrator a mince pie. She walked me along the corridor. Mrs. Macpherson is not in with the others. At that time, Mrs. Macpherson was sitting alone. She told me she is rather confused today, so we thought it best if she had a good rest. She has no family, no one visits, so I am sure she will be only too pleased to see you. So at that time, the matron told the narrator everything. The lady was confused. Always she was not in a good condition, and no one is coming to visit him, Okay, so in such situations, and the matron also told the narrator that the lady would be pleased when she will see him. So I am sure she will be only too pleased. All this and she took me into a conservatory. Conservatory, that is one sort of ICU, where the serious patients are kept or under treatment. This is known as ICU or conservatory, with wicker chairs and potted plants all around and left me. And at that time, the lady was under treatment. She was in an ICU or conservatory, and she was in a wheelchair also. The old lady was sitting in a wheelchair, her hands folded in her lap. She had silver white hair pinned into a wispy bun. She was gazing out at the garden. Hello. So she was not in good condition. Her hairs were already white. She was gazing out at the garden in order to relax her mind. Happy Christmas. Hello, I said. She turned and looked up at me vacantly. Happy Christmas, Connie. I went on. I found this. I think it is yours. as I was speaking, her eyes never left my face. I opened the tin box and when the narrator reached or made the lady, and the narrator suddenly wished her a happy Christmas. And I opened the tin, speaking, her eyes never left my face. Matlab, the lady was looking fixedly towards the narrator. Then the narrator opened the tin box and gave it to her. That was the moment her eyes lit up with recognition and her face became suffused. Matlab, here a glow of happiness spread in the face of the lady. Where the narrator gave the black tin box, when the narrator gave the black tin box, when the narrator gave the black tin box to the lady became very pleased. A glow of happiness ran or spread through her face. I explained about the dates, about how I had found it, but I don't think she was listening. I explained about the dates. Thereafter, the narrator explained about everything about the rolled up dates, about how he had found that letter, that black tin box. Then I don't think she was listening. And at that time, the lady was not listening anything. For a while, she had nothing but stroked the letter tenderly with her fingertips. But the lady was not telling anything. She was just putting her hand tenderly with her fingers with the letters. Suddenly she reached out and took my hand. Her eyes were filled with tears. Suddenly she reached out and took my hands, and her eyes filled with tears. Suddenly tears ran down from her eyes to her cheeks. You told me you would come home by Christmas, dearest, she said, and here you are, the best Christmas present in the world. Come closer, Jim, dear, sit down. So at that time, suddenly she reached out and took my hand. Her eyes were filled with tears. You told me you would come home by Christmas, dearest, she said, and here you are, the best Christmas present in the world. Come closer, Jim, dear, sit down. And at that time, Mrs. Jim McPherson considered the narrator to be her own husband, and she reminded that how her husband had assured her to come before the Christmas present, and just on that Christmas present, on that Christmas day, her husband has come. So accordingly, she was getting extremely pleased. I sat down, and you are the best Christmas present in the world. And he considered at that end, the lady considered the narrator to be the best Christmas present in the world at that time. Come closer, Jim, and he requested the narrator to come closer and to sit down there. I sat down beside her, and she kissed my cheek. I read your letter so often, Jim, every day. I wanted to hear your voice in my head. It always made me feel you with me. I sat down beside her. Thereafter, the narrator sat down beside the lady. She kissed the narrator's cheek, and I read your letter so often, and the lady told the narrator that she frequently read the letter so often, sent by her husband. It always made me feel you were with me. Whenever he was reading the letters, she felt that her husband was present with her. And now her husband was there. Now you are back. You can read it to me yourself. And as the lady considered the narrator to be her own husband, she requested him to read out the letter so that she could listen the voice of her husband. I just want to hear your voice again. I would love that so much, and then perhaps we will have some tea. Since a very long period of time, as the lady has not listened the voice of her husband, she told the narrator, considering her to be her own husband, read out the letter so that she could listen so that she could listen his voice. Thereafter, they would have some tea, and they would. I have made you a nice Christmas. I have made you a nice Christmas cake, marzipan all around. I know how much you love marzipan. And thereafter also, again, Mrs. Jim McPherson reminded the narrator regarding the Christmas cake and the marzipan that was placed on the surface of the cake to him. Okay, in this way, the chapter has been completed. But here is a fine message that after the there is a fine message of the moral that war always leads to death and destruction, and the world today must resort to peaceful coexistence. So after reading this chapter, the best Christmas in the world, we get a fine message by the narrator that war always leads to death. War always leads to death and destruction, definitely. Nowadays, every country wants to wage wars against the other country in order to satisfy their greed. And the world today must resort to which causes a lot of bloodshed and destructions, deaths, everything. And the world today must resort to peaceful coexistence. So accordingly, we the people of today should feel the world as a global family, and all we are the members of the same family. So accordingly, we should not want to wage wars against any others or any other country. There should be good cooperation, sympathy, condolence, and coexistence among the people of the world, so that peaceful coexistence or peace may reign in the world. Thank you. Again, I will come back to you with the new chapter, that is the aunt and the